Hey everybody, it's another Captain Cortex vlog. Sorry it's been a while, but I'm gonna be saying that every single vlog. Um, yeah, what's up? How's it going? It's been a couple days since I've talked to you, probably about three, maybe three or four. I'm gonna go with three though. That feels right. It's got to be it. Well, I don't remember if I did a vlog after I did the 10-hour stream, but at one point we did a 10-hour stream, and I'm pretty sure I talked about it, whether it was on the podcast or something. But it's pretty interesting. It was impromptu. It was the first day. Actually, it is three. It was the first day I got my new medications. I have ADHD, and I was diagnosed with it, and so they gave me Adderall. And I'm just now getting into the drug. I just took it the other day for the first time, and it was so powerful. I decided to do a 10-hour stream. So there's that. Um, what else? So yeah, I'm on the third day of using it now, currently, and well, no, actually, technically, it's the fourth day. Yeah, because I did it on then, and like the first 3 days were fine, kind of. We're getting there. The first day was great. It was energy like, it's like six people came up beside me, all with epinephrine pens, and just stabbed them into me and said, "Go, go, my liege." It was awesome. Obviously, that's I have to be careful because when you get that type of feeling, you start chasing the bunny to get it again. And I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it because I need stamina. I'm doing it because I need more focus and I need to be able to complete tasks. And I'm usually pretty good at them, but as I've shown in all my recent ones, I have to have a constant to-do list to kind of like keep up with my mind. I haven't needed it the last 3 days, so far these miracle little workers are working. Um, Yesterday, however, was Saturday, and I did not stream because I was nauseous all day. It was on and off. Like in the morning, I woke up and I was fine, and then I took the pill, and then my brother picked me up. Like the right when I grabbed the handle of his car, that's when I really started feeling like, ooh, something's not right. And then I got in the car and we drove all the way to the flea market, about 20, 30 minutes away. The whole time I was just like, it sucked. And then, of course, the building itself, flea market, had no AC, and so it was really hot in there. So I'm nauseous, walking around, haven't eaten, I have Adderall in me, and I'm just like, ugh. It was pretty, funny now, but at the time it sucked. However, me and my older brother we were vintage game shopping for old NES cartridges because he recently found his NES, and now he's trying to build his collection up because thieves stole every game he owned. Excuse me. So he's trying to essentially build his collection back up. He's a huge gamer and really into that stuff. And so we went to a flea market so we can get some old games or whatnot. And if you guys have any, let me know because we will do whatever it takes to get them here. um, so yeah, that was fun. And then I went back to his house, and instead of just moving around, I just like sat. I found a chair, and I'm like, this is where I'm sitting for an hour. I will not move from this spot. And we played Monopoly on the NES on a flat screen TV. It was pretty awesome. It was generations coming together. NES on the Monopoly might be my favorite version of Monopoly, which is funny because we've come so far and there's been millions of Monopoly games, whether it's on a Newgrounds, a Flash website, or even something like PlayStation 2 games. And yet the NES had the best one because that's like 24-year-old AI bots that are genius. They knew exactly how to screw me and my brother over. So it was a lot of fun. And then we played the original Tetris, the first Tetris, which was great. That was awesome. I've never been into Tetris, but I could see why you would do that. I'm pretty interested now. um, my brother's great at it. He's great at all those games. He grew up with them, and apparently he didn't lose skill over time. So that was a lot of fun. I got to play NES yesterday. I'd like to own an old console like that someday. Just when you're tired of turning on a AAA game, and then you have to learn like, say 26 keys to move forward or to do this. It's refreshing to have, A and B. Or I mean, I even like the Game Boy days, like the back of my phone case here. A and B. Not to say I'm a simplistic sort. I'm just saying it's amazing what they did back then. And actually, I had this thought. I was talking to my brother about it. It's amazing how we transcended the physical limitations back in the day. because with Nintendo there was a lot of limitations to it, and we had to figure out how to get past this and that, whether it was locking mechanisms in the Nintendo itself or how to get two more controllers plugged in, all those little things. But nowadays it's not an issue. Nowadays it's all about surpassing software limitations. How can we emulate another thing? How can we do this or how can we do that? But it's not as creative. We don't get to see all the creative things. Like back in the day with the Nintendo, there was a game called I'm forgetting it now. It's like Starship something. It was a Christian game. Well, a Christian company wanted to release their game on Nintendo without buying the rights. Because back in the day, Nintendo owned, obviously the console, and no one else had much a hold on the gaming market. Nintendo was a powerhouse of the gaming industry. So you had to go through them to get a game even out there. And you could only have 5 games a year. It was crazy stuff my brother was telling me. So this Christian company, they took these cartridges and they had black cartridges. I don't know what's symbolic of black, but essentially they were knockoff cartridges. And you had to like flash it. You had to put it into the Nintendo. Excuse me. Yeah. You had to put it into the Nintendo, and you had to get instructions, and you had to like flash it oh so many times to get the locking mechanisms to like mess up, and by doing that, the game would start playing. So if you ever see a black cartridge on the Nintendo, it's actually not a Nintendo game. It was never licensed. It was just bootlegged onto it. So I thought it was pretty cool, physical limitations, even though it was done by a Christian company, which is ironic, and things like that. So as well as, I'm pretty sure it's Nintendo and Super Nintendo, but most cartridge-based games, they have motherboards in them. And actually, if you go to my Instagram, you can see we opened up a Nintendo 64 and a Nintendo cartridge just to see what was in there. And a lot of the thing back there was you couldn't buy a console. The consoles were expensive. You couldn't buy a console, every oh so many times a year to keep up with the upgrades, and you couldn't upgrade it. However, a lot of the people that were pushing the physical limitations of the NES console, as well as the other consoles, I'm pretty sure Super Nintendo did this as well, but I'm pretty sure it was with the Nintendo at least. The cartridge itself, like say I made a video game like my company did, we'd have to hire somebody to tailor the game to the console. And if our game needed more than the console had to offer at that time, you had to develop your own little chip to ship with it. So most of the games you play on those cartridges, like if it's a more intensive game, and I had some examples but I forgot them. By playing that game, you upgraded the console while that game is being played. Isn't that intense? Like they come with their own modifications. It's like if I don't know how this would work, but like if I was gonna play a computer game and it came with I don't know, a disc, and somehow the disc had a extra CPU on it. So by plugging it in, the computer is now more capable to play that game. So it was pretty neat. My brother's full of amazing facts. I could start a whole YouTube series on just him talking. It's freaking fantastic. So yeah, I was just amazed by that. So yeah, we did play Nintendo and all that fun stuff yesterday. And then I came back home and I was going to stream. I had all intentions to stream, but I got barely up the stairs to my room and I'm like, nope. I can barely move that much without feeling like my stomach churn. And but I was told by the doctor, the first three, within the first 3 days, 3 to 5 days, there's usually side effects. Your body's getting used to this really powerful drug, and the first 2 days, I had nothing. The first 2 days, I had the best, focus. I had the best energy, pretty much in a good long while. So it was great, but I mean, there were side effects. There definitely were side effects. I didn't have an appetite. When I first took that pill, I didn't eat the whole day. I didn't know. I wasn't used to not feeling that hunger. Because I did the 10-hour stream, and I ate at 10, and I finished the stream at around 11 p.m. at night. I didn't have a single thing between there. Well, I mean, I had a sandwich at one point, but it wasn't much of a sandwich. Like, it wasn't enough to say, hey, this is your dinner. It was more like, hey, you just bought an hour of time. And then I got done, and then I ate like a banana and went to bed. I've lost a lot of weight since I started this drug, but luckily I set timers on my phone now that tells me when I need to eat, because I'm like, if my mind will not help me regulate this, we need to use external applications. Even if it's a post-it note on my monitor, or if it's telling my friends to come tell me, Whatever it is, we're gonna get it done. Um, so I had the loss of appetite. I had the loss of, I guess, sexual arousal as well. I guess that's another part of it. You just don't have like a desire, which is fine because Emma is in Colombia, so we're good. In fact, this is called an anti-cheating drug. It's great. Even though we're not together, we're still friends, and friends, it is what it is. We're good friends. In the future, we'll see how things go. She just feels too far away, but because the medicine lets me focus, let's get back to the other topic. Like I said, there was a loss of appetite, in crazy levels of energy. I slept really well the first night, probably because I exhausted myself after 10 hours of stressing myself out. And the next night, I did not sleep that well at all. And then last night, oh, let's talk about last night. So, third day on the drug, I was really nauseous most of the day. And that's why when I said I wasn't going to stream, I posted a picture of me being like, ugh. And then I watched some streamers just kind of get it, but just watching them play the games was making me, I don't know, I never get motion sickness, but watching them play was making me nauseous. So I put that down, and instead I made music. Instead I popped up my good old friend Ableton. It's a digital audio workstation, and I made a song, which I will post in the link below on SoundCloud. Well, there's a link to SoundCloud, and it's I made it, and I did it in a segment, and I forgot how the time like scale thing works, like between your beats per minute and what you see here. So I thought it was like a 60-second thing I was working on, because I started at 5. No, I started at 6 p.m. and I ended at pretty much 2 a.m. And that wasn't like straight through. It wasn't like, I was mastering the song and stuff. It was more, I did a good, 4 hours of the song, and then I kind of went away for a little bit and just took my brain off it and focused on other things, and then came back to it. So essentially it was 6 till 2. And I was like fucking like tunnel vision on the screen. There was a party going downstairs and I missed it. That's how intense it was. So yeah, the song was pretty cool, but I thought it was gonna be like 60 seconds. It looked like that, and then I exported it, and it was like 2 minutes and 33 seconds, and I was like, yes, full song. It's unique though. It's unique. It's not usually my traditional type of thing, but I was very chill. I was in a very chill mood. So yeah, I made a song on drugs. It's great. It's a weird way to put it. So yeah, go check that out. I'm making more songs. I just have to like get into the mood for it and stuff. And last night I really wanted to make a song. I don't know what was going on, but I wanted to make a song. And I think it's because me and my friend Nate Mays are kind of pushing, towards jamming out and do jam sessions, because between me and him we have a lot of instruments and we both don't know how to play at all. So we're gonna try to, I help him, he helps me, we advance together thing, because he's the guy I play Kingdom Hearts with, and that's what we'll talk about next. And he's a lot like me. He's really cool. We mesh a lot. He's just a good friend, and I definitely see me being pretty close to him. He's just an awesome guy. So, but going forward, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts. We got to, where did we get to? Well, when we started Kingdom Hearts 2, we started at like 8 p.m. on Friday night, and we were at Beast Castle. No, we just finished Beast Castle. I forgot what town's after that, or what's after that. I know we've done a lot of things since then. We're right now at, we just got to, what's that place called? It's the, oh, I kept saying Land Before Time in my head. That's obviously not Pride Rock. It's Lion King. It's the Lion King one. Like right now, you can after Halloween Town and after doing Anantica, you could either go to Halloween Town. No, you can either go to Agrabah or you can go to the Pride Rock, and that's pretty much that was 5 a.m. for us. That's where we got to at 5 a.m. We got to the doors that lead to each of them, and then we spent an entire hour just trying to get to them because. Okay, when you're looking at all the worlds, there's a line that connects them, and the line in the beginning is green, and then it slowly turns yellow as you go further, and now it's turning red. Well, that red means the path to that world is also dangerous, on top of that world being a higher level. So we thought, oh, because we had not touched the gummy ship customization once. Didn't even bother. So by the time we got to this, we had the basic high wind level 3 or 4 or something like that, and we flew all the way, or tried to fly all the way to Pride Rock, because I want to do Lion King. I've been waiting for it, and I'm disappointed with Pirates of the Caribbean. I'll get to that. So we flew to Pride Rock, and while we're doing the gummy mission, he was playing because he hates flying. He hates doing the gummy stuff, and I love it, so I always make him do it for the fun of it. He got his ass kicked. There was no question about it. It was just like decimated. So I was like, you know what? Let me try it. Maybe you're just doing it wrong. maybe just doing it wrong. And then, yeah, I got my ass kicked easily. I actually did worse than he did. So we spent another like 30 minutes to an hour customizing our ships, and that it's not a hard system to learn, but in the beginning it's frustrating, and then it gets easy. And it's cool too because in this game you can have teeny ships. They're little companions that fly beside you, kind of like turrets. We built awesome ones, and actually our ship's name is fuck, period, 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 period. And then our first teeny is me, and then the other one is you too. So fuck me and fuck you too. That's pretty awesome. And we eventually, after defeating enough enemies, got really nice weapons. So all the bots are just a gun. There's no cockpit. They're just a gun with a gun on top and a spotlight. It's great. And we went from doing 200 damage all the way up to doing 700 damage, and now we're one-shotting almost everything. So that was our big accomplishment at 6 a.m. in the morning, was learning how to build a gummy ship and, kill everything. So we finally beat both of those worlds, and I did it a couple times to get like S rating, to get, cooler stuff just for the future. And we didn't land at any of the worlds, because as soon as you land, there's always a cutscene. So instead, we saved on the menu. Hopefully that saves us at the right place. And that's where we're coming back next time. So we got pretty far. We beat a couple worlds. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, as a kid, I loved it. Because as a kid, and I'm not as a big fan now, but I was back then. I was a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I love Johnny Depp. I love Jack Sparrow. I knew the story by heart. It was the first DVD I ever owned, and I watched it over 50 times in one summer. You would think that was a overestimation, or maybe I'm just making up numbers. I'm not kidding. That's my only DVD. I watched it so many times, I knew every word. As in, my friends didn't even bother watching it because I could recite every scene that I did. I was cool now to go back to a Pirates of the Caribbean world, but now that the hype isn't there, like I wasn't too excited about going to the Pirates of the Caribbean this time around, but I wanted to see it again. It's total shit. The voice acting's terrible, the script is terrible. They dumbed it down. It's stupid. They dumbed down the script in the Pirates of the Caribbean world to seem very childish and kiddie, where the game itself is not that childish and kiddie. It plays to the younger audience. But there's 7 games, and it is so complex that you have to know every freaking character. It's intense. This game is a lot bigger than I thought it was, and which is why I love that it reminds me of Final Fantasy in that sense. So it's great. But the Pirates of the Caribbean world sucked. That wasn't that hard. It was a waste of time, really. Nightmare Before Christmas was a lot more fun. And the thing too is the colors in Pirates of the Caribbean world don't work, because your character is so saturated with color, and the ones in Pirates of the Caribbean aren't, that you just didn't look like you fit in at all. It looked like I took this gameplay and I screenshotted my characters onto it. It was bad. I give them kudos for trying, but it was bad. And the Pirates of the Caribbean, no, not Pirates of the Caribbean, Night Before Christmas was awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Fighting Oogie Boogie again and saving Mr. Santa Claus. And it turns out Nate hadn't heard what was the album? It was like a special album of Nightmare Before Christmas that has Marilyn Manson on it, and it has Korn on it, and it has Panic at the Disco, I think. Yeah, because I had that album and I listened to it so much that I'm pretty sure I don't read the CD anymore. I'm pretty sure my car just memorized every little laser mark. It's awesome. But I always remember the songs that I love from the movie, such as, the all for you, deny what I do, I am the best. For my talents are renowned far and wide. Yeah, I love it. So what else? Yeah, we did all that. Ended at 6 a.m. in the morning. And then at 8 a.m., 8:30ish, I got a message from him on Facebook, and apparently he was already awake and all that stuff. He wanted to stop at 5 to get some sleep. I stopped at 6 because I was doing the gummy thing, but he didn't pass out until then. So I get a message on him Facebook at 8 a.m. and he's doing research to tell all the other games we haven't played yet to figure out what's going on. And I was up too because I didn't sleep that well because I was tossing and turning, and I made a mistake of drinking an energy drink at 4 a.m. in the morning, so I lost track of time. So it was not done in my body by 6. So I didn't get much sleep yesterday at all, but it was awesome because the drugs, I don't feel tired, which is obviously bad for me, but it'll let me get through the day, so there's that. So yeah, I was receiving all these things from him at like 8 a.m. and I started talking back, and we're like, yeah, we're not sleeping today, we're good. So it was a lot of fun, and then we just realized there's 2 more games in the whole Kingdom Hearts series that we didn't know about: Recoded and Birth by Sleep. No, we knew Birth by Sleep. We knew Recoded and what is the other one? Dream Drop Distance. That's the one. We know nothing about them. We're just now catching up on what happened in Birth by Sleep, and we watched the Chain of Memories cutscenes. So I'm excited about it, but I didn't realize this task was so big that we have to marathon 6 hours of video game content or of cinematics just to catch up. Oh my god, it's awesome. So, and as you can see, my Adderall has kicked in during the process of this vlog because I'm starting to feel very talkative and energetic and losing track of time. It's great. Um, but yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do it next, probably next Friday, but there's that. As well as I did get diagnosed with ADHD, so we'll see how that goes with the military. And I'm going to be working there for 2 weeks with my aunt. I'm working for her essentially in the chaplain's office to, I think we're just getting her books in order because she's got an inspection coming up. So I might be a little behind on vlogs and stuff then, but it's gonna be worth it because I'm in between jobs technically, so I'm trying to get money and make sure I can sustain myself while I'm trying to build this stream thing. And on the stream thing, even though I didn't get many followers, I did get $17 in donations on the 10-hour stream. I got a couple followers, but more importantly, I have a new opportunity that I think is going to work out pretty well. I can't tell you guys who it is, but I'm trying to see if I can get on a new team, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see where that goes. If anything, to me, it's moving up. It's progress. Always move forward. If you didn't move forward that day, you need to rehash out your plan for the next day. So look for that. There's that opportunity. And then on the 16th, if I can get in touch with Manny, I'm gonna be doing a stream for gaming for gaming for adoption, which is essentially where while you game to get donations, essentially you're fundraising. That's what it is. You're fundraising to help Manny and his family adopt a child. That's what it is, because it's so expensive here in the U.S. that it's really hard to do it unless you've got a lot of money. So we're gonna help give some children some lives. The chance to have a family and support and nourishment and that's awesomeness. So we're gonna do that. And after he gets his child, by the way, for those who don't know about gaming for adoption, I'll put in a link below. Once he's done, once he gets his child, he's gonna continue the website for other families in need. Tell me that's not amazing. Like, wow. Okay, but so yeah, we're gonna do it on the 16th. If I can get a hold of Manny, I'm pretty sure that's his name anyway. I'm talking with gamer husband with kids, so he should hook me up. But either way, look for all that stuff. We got a lot of things coming up, and I'm gonna really push for the streaming thing. It's a lot of fun. After that 10-hour stream, you think I'd be burned out, but really I'm more into it now. I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. We gotta do it. So, and we will be streaming tonight, assuming things work out. I don't know why they wouldn't, but I mean, I got nauseous yesterday and that type of thing. But yes, thank you all for checking in another really long vlog, but it is what it is. So thank you all very much, and Captain Cortex out.